Cutting up. Cutting up.
So, man, this is the last recap. This is the last recap of 2024. Man, we had a good year, man. Y'all boys, we finna just go through everything that happened. I mean, bro, this was a year. This was a year, bro. Like, it was a hell of a ride. It was a fun year, fun fights, good matchups, man. The belt changed hands. Like, bro, this is everything a fight fan wants to see and wants to, like, be a part of. But, bro, this is the final recap of 2024. We finna go through every pay-per-view. If I would have did pay-per-views and fight nights, the video would probably been like 2 hours long, and I don't want to make the video too long. It's probably already gonna be long to begin with. I'm gonna try to make it as short as possible. Y'all know I talk fast. But let's just get straight into it, man. First, to begin the year off, we got UFC 297. Strickland and Duplessis. Strickland took the belt from Izzy. You know, they wanted to build Izzy versus Duplessis, but Strickland had other plans. They do Strickland versus Dricus. Strickland's first title defense. Dricus comes in. I think he was the favorite, or it was close odds, but the odds probably flipped. But this fight was back and forth, bro. Like, it was in Canada as well. Strickland in Canada. They had beef, brewing. Strickland, everything. Dricus, he doesn't care. He's relentless. But the fight, it delivered, man. Like, Strickland wasn't able to bully Dricus. Dricus didn't take steps back. He went forward. Strickland fought. They fought. Like, it was an amazing fight. It wasn't a robbery. It was just a close fight. I thought Strickland won. Watching it on the first time, my first reaction, I thought Strickland won. But if you go back and watch it, it's not bad. It's not a bad decision that Dricus won. I mean, he did more. I know the strike counts. You can say Strickland outstroke him, but if we're being honest, bro, the strike counts, they say a lot of things nowadays. I don't know what they really count as strikes, but it was a close fight. Dricus got his hand raised and knew. It was a good way to begin the year off, man. I mean, it was a banger fight, first pay-per-view of the year, and it did not disappoint. I tell you, it did not disappoint. But moving on, the next pay-per-view, we got UFC 298. Ilia Topuria captured gold. He knocked out Alexander Volkanovski in 2 rounds. Now, Volk came off a vicious head kick KO from Islam Makhachev, like 3-4 months prior, and people said he didn't have proper rest. But at the end of the day, bro, his team should tell him, like, we shouldn't take this fight, we should wait. Because, I mean, what do? They put an interim between Ilia and Max, and, Volk gets a few more months to rest. I mean, that's good, but honestly, bro, I think Ilia is just that good, bro. His power melts, and Volk was just the one that was in the way. This fight, Ilia came in on his Conor McGregor persona. He came in hungry. Everything he said he was going to do, he did, bro. He didn't lie not once. Ilia Topuria didn't lie not once. Like, one thing about it, like, you can hate Ilia or love Ilia. Ilia tells the truth, bro. And he believes in himself. And you're supposed to believe in yourself at the highest level. Ilia went in there and he made quick work of Volk, bro. You can say Volk won the first round. The first round was close. I thought Volk could have edged it out with the clinch work, but it was just inevitable that shot that Ilia was looking for, it was gonna find. It was gonna connect. And he found it. Put Volkanovski to sleep. Also on the card, Marab got a big win over Harry Cejudo. And that was the feature bout. Me and Gary was on this card. Wasn't too crazy of a fight, but it was cool. It was cool. But honestly, bro, this card didn't disappoint at all. Ilia Topuria and new, and we're gonna talk about Ilia a few more times in this video, bro. One thing about it. The next pay-per-view, UFC 299, Sean O'Malley defends his belt for the first time after beating Aljamain Sterling, and he defends it against Chito Vera. I know Chito Vera wasn't deserving, but they had a pass, and he beat O'Malley already. He stopped him, and Chito, honestly, he 50-45 Chito, bro. He did Chito bad. He just put an absolute masterclass on Chito. It was a great striking display. He had his pink shorts. This whole card was stacked from the bottom to the top. Like, the whole card was good, bro. And not to mention they had the diamond on there. We're going to get to him as well. But O'Malley, this was an impressive display of striking. He did whatever he wanted to Chito. He beat Chito at everywhere. Like, Chito couldn't do anything to him, bro. Like, Chito was too slow. He had nothing for Sean. Sean had all the answers to whatever Cheeto wanted to do, and he absolutely broke Cheeto Vera, bro. He put an absolute masterclass on Cheeto Vera. Now, this was O'Malley's first title defense, and we're gonna talk about him later on in the video. But O'Malley put an absolute whooping on Cheeto Vera, bro. Like, we can't forget Dustin. Dustin was the co-main event, 5 rounds against Benoit Saint-Denis, and he was the underdog, bro. Like, Benoit came off a vicious KO of Matt Favola, and I guess everyone thought Dustin was Matt Favola or something, but Dustin proved that it's levels to this. He got a vicious second round KO over Benoit Saint-Denis, knocked him out cold. A good performance. Like, everyone was there to see Dustin. Like, Dustin, if you don't love, well, you don't gotta love him, but you gotta respect what Dustin has done in the sport, man. Like, he's been around, one of the older guys, and he went out there and he proved everybody wrong, bro. And if you bet money on Dustin, I mean, you got paid. Dustin has dog money like that. Like, he showed levels, bro, and you can't hate the result of that fight, bro. Unless you French. But Dustin, UFC 299 co-main, he did his thing, bro, and the beginning of the year was crazy heat, bro. But let's get into the 300. You know how it goes with the 100, 200, 300 special event. It's like it happens like every 8 years. So it's something special that comes around every blue moon. But this card was stacked. Former champs in almost everyone on the card. Everywhere you look, you see a former champ. The first fight of the night was Cody Garbrandt versus Davison Figueiredo. That's crazy, bro. That's the first fight of the night. Think about that. Even though it should have been Bo Nick and Cody Brundage, but, you know, Dana White. But this card was crazy, bro. It delivered. It was the best card of the year by far. Like, I really love this card. It was one of the greatest cards ever. Like, no fight was boring. No fight was trash. Well, I mean, Bo Nickel fight wasn't that good, but it ended in the finish. But we had Jalen Turner showing no IQ this card. Yuri Prohaska showing that, like, it's levels. Pereira and Hill, that, you know, you can call it controversial or whatever. I mean, it ended in a knockout. Gaethje and Max. One of the, like, craziest moments in MMA history, bro. Just, like, those two guys, you know it's going to be guaranteed fireworks, bro. Max just went in there and he methodically just broke Justin, bro. Justin had nothing for Max. Max showed that he is a striking level or multiple levels above Justin Gaethje. And Charles Oliveira, he also was on the card. He lost, but Armand showed that he should be next. He's next. The co-main event between Zhang Wei Li and Yan Xiaonan, it was a good fight. Yan Xiaonan really got choked out like early in the fight, and you know she bounced back. Bobby Green on the card, Aljamain Sterling on the card, Diego Lopez, future title challenger. Like this card was amazing, bro. Like UFC 300 was crazy. Like one of the best cards. I don't know. Like I hope it gets better, and I hope I live to see UFC 400. You know, same for y'all. But this card, bro, it's gonna be hard to beat this, man. It's gonna be hard to beat this, but it's only room for improvement. But let's keep going, bro. 301. UFC 301 kind of gets like overshadowed a little bit. Like people really don't talk about 301. You know, in terms of like a good card, but it kind of goes like under the radar. Like I really was like thinking like, was this card that bad? Like it wasn't that bad in my opinion. Like I liked it, and you know, Jose Aldo, they kind of threw him on the card, so it's like, so they have somebody else on the card. I thought Alex was going to fight here, you know, which he should have, but Pantoja beat Ursad convincingly. Martinez, he got turned back by Aldo. Now he's on the skid. And Aldo showed like his boxing is so much improved. He didn't really take any damage. Martinez couldn't get to him. And he was the underdog as well. But honestly, this card, it wasn't that bad. It kind of goes under the radar because it's like in Brazil, and you know, the card didn't really have that many names on it, but it wasn't a bad card at all, bro. I really like this card. UFC 301. But let's keep going. UFC 302, excuse me. It delivered. Now, I like this card. You know, I know the like notion around this card that it was boring, but I mean, it wasn't boring to me. But the co-main event, it kind of sucked. But the main event, it delivered. Makachev and Poirier, they had a war. They were going back and forth like crazy. Dustin survived. I was like, there's no way Dustin is going to go to decision with Islam, bro. Like what? And he almost made it there, but Islam just proved he's relentless. He's gonna try to finish you every moment of the fight. Hold on, let me get Islam facing there. He's gonna try to finish you in every moment of the fight. He doesn't care. Like if you think Islam is gonna like try to win a decision, he's gonna try to finish you, bro. Strickland, he showed Costa is really not, doesn't need to be competing at the top of the division. Costa kind of like didn't do anything at all. Strickland he just won decisively. And the judge gave Costa like a 49-46. That was crazy. That was crazy. But everyone knew Strickland won. And Dustin, it was a great performance. I mean, no one expected him to make that far. Everyone expected him to get finished like early because Islam is like he's a different level, bro. Pound for pound number one guy. Dustin kind of didn't deserve to fight for the belt, but Armand had just fought like two cards prior, two pay-per-views prior, so he didn't want to turn around that fast. And now we're getting Armand versus Islam for a training camp. But this card was great. I liked it. I know it wasn't like that pleasing to most other fans, but I liked the card. UFC 302, it wasn't bad. UFC 303. Conor McGregor was supposed to make his return on this card, but he didn't. He messed his toe up, so he couldn't fight against Michael Chandler. It was going to be at 170. I didn't really want to see that fight at 170 anyway, because it's like, oh, okay, whatever. But Alex Pereira stepped in, and him and Yuri ran it back, bro. Yuri wasn't supposed to fight him like this soon, but they needed a main event, bro. And you know who to call. You call Alex, and Yuri is never going to back down from a challenge. Now, Alex he messed him up, bro. It was kind of a hard watch. If you're a Yuri fan, it was a hard watch for me, and I'm not even a big Yuri type of fan. I like Yuri, though. But Alex just shut him down completely. He had no answers, bro. He dropped him to end the first round. Coming out in the second, 13 seconds in, like, finishes him. Head kick, drops him, ground and pound. He didn't even need the ground and pound. The fight was over. It was over. Like, Alex just broke this man, showed that he's just a level above everyone in that division, and defended the bet again, bro. He just defended on 300. Then he defended again on 303. Alex was on the tear, bro, this whole year. And we're going to talk about him once again. He also won Fight of the Year. But 303, it was cool. Nothing too crazy. But I like 303. It was one of my favorite cards. It was my top three. It was in my top three cards of the year. I really appreciated this card like a lot. But let's keep it going. 304, Curtis Blades, Aspinall 2, Edwards, Muhammad 2. This card, it kind of like no one really talks about it in terms of being like best cards, I guess because it was in the UK. A lot of people don't talk about good cards when they're not in like the US. I noticed that too. But this card was good, bro. Leon let me down, but Bilal proved that like he's the better man and he won the fight. And Aspinall, he got Curtis Blades out of there in 1 minute. Curtis Blades just can't get over the hump, bro. He folds every single time. I don't know, but he does. He folds every single time. But it was a great performance by Aspinall. Great performance by Bilal as well. I know he didn't get the finish, but I mean, it's not just easy to finish Leon. He's never been finished. And Blades, he's been finished a few times. Aspinall showed that he deserves to fight for Undisputed. He deserves to be champ. And we're going to see that probably pretty soon. But honestly, Leon kind of hurt me this night. I was in here stressing. I was like, bro, like, what's going on? He looked out of it. When he walked out, I noticed something was wrong. He was just like, he wasn't vibing. He didn't have the hood on. He wasn't like doing the thing he usually does. It just seemed like something was off. Then he went in there, he performed just like that. And Bilal showed like, I deserve to be champ. And he's the reigning defending champion. So, UFC 304, it was a good card. So, if you watched it, but the only thing about it, the UK fans had to stay up long. And, it's kind of like, I wouldn't mind watching this early card, but the UFC has to cater to American fans because this is an American-based promotion, and that's how it goes, bro. That's how it goes. But let's keep going. Israel Adesanya versus Dricus Du Plessis. I mean, this image is kind of crazy. Look like they about to kiss, but Dricus showed like, bro, I'm here to stay. Like, Izzy looked good on the feet until he stopped kicking. He stopped kicking, and kicking is a big part of Izzy's game, and he stopped kicking. And at that point, it kind of was like, he was relying on his boxing heavy, and he's not a crazy puncher, bro. He's not a crazy puncher. He has good timing and good, precision, but he doesn't have crazy, like, power. And Dricus was able to take him down. He was able to get the submission in the fourth round. I didn't see that happening. Izzy trains with some of the best, but that just lets you know he's that guy, bro. Like, hate him or love him, he's that guy. Dreekins is so good. He showed that he belongs at the top. And now he's rematching Sean Strickland at the beginning of 2025. But honestly, Dreekins, phenomenal performance. There's a lot of Sonya. He's not washed at all. Dreekins is just that good in his time. They showed good sportsmanship at the end, as you can see on the screen, but I mean, Africa won that night, just like Izzy said. Dreekins and Izzy, all the bad blood got put to sleep, and it was a good rivalry. He made Israel Adesanya cry, and he choked him out. So I mean, he's that guy, bro. Put some respect on the champ name. But let's keep it going. UFC Noche, bro. This card, it had 10 fights on it, but I understand they dumped so much money in the fight into the whole thing, so they didn't want to have too many fights probably. But honestly, I feel like it should have had more than 10 fights. Even though it was a good card, like the card was good, it wasn't bad at all. Like this card was good, but the thing about it is that it had only a few fights, like 10 fights. That's not a lot of fights at all. But let's get into it. I mean, the main event, Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. He showed his levels. Like Merab showed that he's so dominant. If he grabs you, it doesn't matter if you get up, he's going to put you right back down. He doesn't get tired. He did get hurt in the fifth, it appeared, but he already had to fight one up to that point, so he just tried to stay safe. Herb Dean was intervening way too much. Also, like, he did that a lot this year. It's like he's starting to involve himself a lot more, and I don't really like that. Even though I had him as a GOAT ref, but now it's like, man, like, calm down. But Morale showed his levels. Now he's defending his belt again. Well, now he's defending his belt for the first time against Umar Nurmagomedov, Khabib's cousin. And also on the card, Alyssa Grasso, Valentina Shevchenko, the trilogy. The second fight ended in a draw. The first fight, she was able to choke out Valentina. But this fight, Valentina just 50-45, bro. She dominated. I don't know what Alyssa Grasso was doing, or, like, she got completely and utterly dominated. Took him down, controlled every single round. Went like that, bro. That fight it wasn't that pleasing to watch, but it was just a complete shutdown and domination by Valentina. And Alexa didn't do anything, bro. Now that fight that rivalry is gonna be put to bed right now, because I don't want to see them fight 4 times in a row. I know it's 1-1, 1-1-1, but I don't want a Davis and Figueiredo and Moreno situation right now. Let someone else fight for the belt. Manon Fiore, maybe let her fight for the belt. But anyway, this card, it was a good card. Like, watching from home, I know I didn't get the full experience of the spirit, but either way it went, it was a good night of fights. And I like the card, but let's keep going. Alex Pereira again. How many times have we saw his face in this video, bro? We've seen Alex Pereira face so many times. Got another stoppage win over Khalil Roundtree. This fight was crazy, though. The first 2 rounds, Khalil took the first 2 rounds off Alex. Then Alex locked in. He even dropped Alex. But Alex was able to weather the storm, showed that his levels to it, bro. Khalil didn't have that experience under his belt. Alex, he just went in there, and after the first 2 rounds, it's like he knew he loses the third. That's a potential that he can lose this fight. And Khalil proved that he belongs. It went to war, bro. It was a crazy fight. I feel like if he went to the body more, he could have hurt Alex, more. But fight IQ, it means so much. It's so underrated nowadays in MMA. You need good fight IQ, because if you don't have it, most of the time, a fight, it ends up not going your way. But Alex, 3rd title defense in 6 months. Another card that is like, man, this card was crazy. Like, it was supposed to be more fights on this card that got scrapped. Like, Aljo Malzar got scrapped. Cyril Gane. No, that was 308, excuse me. But Aljo Malzar, that got scrapped and pushed. But the co-main event of this fight was of this night was the women's Raquel Pennington and Juliana Pena. I thought Raquel Pennington won, but Juliana Pena, she's better for the UFC, so I understand the decision. And it's sad it's like that nowadays, but I thought Raquel won. Wasn't a terrible fight, but it's what I expected from those two. Like, I didn't expect anyone to get finished. But this fight, Alex just proved that he's the champion. He's there to stay. Taking a break right now. Probably gonna come back around April, May, somewhere in there. But he deserves it all. He deserves as much time as he wants, bro. And Khalil, he shouldn't hang his head. It was a good performance up until, the end, but he needed that experience under his belt. So now we're gonna see. We're gonna see what's next. But let's move on to UFC 308. If I showed you this image 2 years ago or a year ago, would you believe that it's real? Or would you just know that it's AI? He knocked out Max Holloway, bro. Ilya Taporia knocked out Max Holloway in the third round. It took him 3 rounds to knock out Max. Bro, Volk wasn't able to knock out Max in 25 rounds, bro. Not saying Volk is some crazy finisher. I'm just putting that into perspective and comparing it. But Ilya is just a monster, bro. He's a monster. He ripped through Max. I ain't gonna say ripped through because Max, he looked good, bro. Like, it was a good fight. Like, they were going back and forth. But that power that Ilya holds and carries is just too much. It melts people, bro. Like I said earlier, it melts people. He was in contender for Fight of the Year. I thought it was Ellis, but not mad at people who think that it was Ilya. This fight, it was just amazing, bro. It was just a display of complete, martial arts. Like, Ilya was able to get some takedowns to, steal some rounds. Max was able to get some kicks off. He landed some himself. But honestly, Ilya is just too much, bro. He's too much. And I said if Max don't beat him, like, no one's going to beat him, bro. And honestly, I picked Max to win, too. I picked Max to win. I didn't expect this fight to end in a knockout. But Ilya proved that he's, levels above the entire division, bro. Like, I really don't see anyone beating Ilya anytime soon. And I like new champs, but I don't see anyone beating Ilya in that division if he doesn't move up, bro. Now he's talking about moving up, so we don't know what's going to happen, but UFC 308 was crazy, bro. UFC 308 was crazy. Had some good fights on this card as well. The whole card, it had a robbery on this card as well. That was crazy. That robbery was crazy. Like, Renat Fakardino obviously lost that fight, but got the nod. But the card and whole, a lot of people like this card, had it in their top 3 cards. I wouldn't have it in mind. It's all opinion based, but it's definitely a great card, and you can't complain about nothing on this card, bro. Outside of the robberies, you can't really complain about anything on this card, bro. But let's move on to UFC 309. John Jones reigns victorious again. How many times have we been saying that over the years? John Jones reigns victorious once again. He went in there. He picked Stipe apart. Stipe kind of couldn't do anything. John, he came in lighter. He looked fast and throwing high kicks, teeps, spinning back kick. He got a spinning back kick KO, bro. Like, this was crazy. He did Stipe bad. And John proved that, he's the greatest of all time. Like, there's no one, doing what he's doing at 37 years old, bro. Like, he's still doing it at the highest level. And, you just got to give respect where respect is due. Stipe is a warrior, though. I don't think no one is surviving that back kick, though. Like, that back kick was crazy. It landed flush, it landed perfect. And Stipe's defense wasn't terrible. I mean, he put the leg up, but it was just a perfectly placed kick. And John Jones defended his belt. Like, once again, we always talk about John Jones defending his belt. Even though that was his first defense at heavyweight, he got injured, kind of got pushed back. But just a dominating performance from John Jones. Also on the card, we finna move to that. Bronx. Charles do Bronx. He went out there, he shut down Michael Chandler 49-46 him. Just a dominant showing. He proved that he should be next for the belt. He still is there. Mike, he didn't fight like himself, I think that led to him not getting finished or him to potentially finishing Charles. But I feel like if that's your fighting style, bro, I understand you don't want to get finished, but if you don't fight like yourself and don't give yourself that much of a chance to win how you fight, then you're going to end up just losing, bro. Like, he went out there, he didn't get finished, but he still lost decisively, bro. I'd rather go out on my shield than go out there and just fight passive. It wasn't until the 5th round where he started, actually trying to turn it up, bro. And I heard his coaches telling him to go Mike now, but it's too late, bro. Charles is already, the fight is over. If you don't go out there and just get a Hail Mary KO, and it's not easy to get a Hail Mary KO, especially Michael Chandler, no knocking on him. This fight IQ is questionable sometimes, but he goes out there and he fights, bro. You gotta love Mike, bro. You gotta love Mike. He's a fighter's fighter. But Charles, next for the belt, potentially. I don't know what's going to happen, but he proved that Mike is just no match for him, bro. But let's move on to UFC 310. Ian Gary, Shavkat Rachmanov, Alexandre Pantoja, Kyle Sakura. This card was great, bro. And it was a lot of people saying it was a lot of robberies. There wasn't any robberies on this card, bro. You know, I understand, like, just because you don't think a fighter won, then that means it's a robbery, but that's not how it goes. A robbery just gets thrown around now. But Pantoja showed his levels to this, bro. His levels to this, bro. Like, it's so many levels to it. They brought a guy in from Rising, and they thought he was gonna do something to Pantoja. What? Pantoja went out there. He made it look like a cakewalk. He made it look easy. Early in the first round, he dropped him, but I don't even think he knew he dropped him. He went straight for a takedown, dropped him, held him. Then the second round, he choked him out. Pantoja showed that he's the best flyweight in the world, and it's not close. You know, that's his third defense. He's still not pound for pound top 5. He's like 9. I don't understand that, but the co-main event, Ian Gary, Shavkat. Honestly, bro, it wasn't what I expected. I expected to see more from both of them. But then again, Ian Gary kind of, sent his comments after the fight. It's like he just wanted to survive. He just wanted to step in there and be like, nobody else wanted to fight him, so I fought him. But it's like, did you really try to win? Like, because Ian Gary, he could have did more because he know he was down. And I feel like he should have like tried to at least get a finish on the feet. I know on the ground he looked like he had him in danger, but I wasn't never worried about him choking Shavkat out. I wasn't. But Shavkat, he won his changes on the feet, and it's like Ian Gary won on the ground, which is like backwards. Who expected that? But honestly, this card, it wasn't bad at all. It was a good card. I thought some people lost that should have won, and a lot of people feel that way, and vice versa. But honestly, it was a good card, and I feel like it didn't disappoint. I feel like it really didn't disappoint. But let's move to the final event of the year. I got to do this one, bro. I got to do it. Covington Buckley. This card was amazing, bro. It started off shaky, but then it got active. As soon as it hit that Woodson Padilla fight, it got so active, bro. This card, it was so crazy, man. Like, I started off 0-2. Then I went on a good run. I was 6-2. Like, it was crazy, bro. I think I went, let's see. 0-2, 2-2, 3-2, 4-2, 5-2, 6-2, 7-2, 7-3, 8-3, 8-4. Okay. I went 9-4. But Billy Q sold me. Petrino sold me. And that's really it. And Tavares sold me. But anyway, this card was good, bro. If you didn't watch, man, I'll tell you I joined Discord, bro. If you ain't in Discord, what are you doing? Like, literally, what are you doing? If you're not in Discord, what are you doing? But it was amazing. Manel Cop, he did the showman. Like, he did everything. Petrino got knocked out, unconscious. Michael Johnson, oh my goodness, Michael Johnson, the minutes, man. KO win. Felipe Lima is so good. Joel Alvarez needs a ranked opponent. Adrian Yanez, I don't know, man. Napo Sterling should have got that finish. He needs to get that finish, bro. Like, that guy had no business walking out of there without being finished. Billy Q, he got chinned by Cub, old man. And the main event, bro, Buck, he made America proud tonight, man. He made America proud. He TKO'd Kobe Covington, Dr. Stoppage. Kobe's eye was a mess. And, he just won every round. He was just winning everywhere. Kobe did get like 2 takedowns, but he did nothing with them. Is what I expected. But Buck just showed like he's fighter of the year. That's not a title. That doesn't have a title. And I agree with that. But this was an amazing card, and I'm glad I got to watch it. I'm glad this is how it ended, bro. This was a way to end it. It was a good card the whole way. It wasn't shaky at all, and honestly, bro, like it wasn't the best fight of the year. That would be China. I didn't put that in here, but this was a great card, bro. This was a great card, and we watched the whole thing in the Discord, talked about the fights, and honestly, I hope Buck has a bright 2025. Kobe probably needs to retire. And Cub, I hope he retires off that, but who knows, bro? Like, who knows? With a performance like that, you never want to retire. But I appreciate y'all rocking with me for the whole year. We've been keeping it going, man. We're gonna keep it going as well. Though. Let me put the stage on, but we're gonna keep it going for the whole year, y'all boys. Y'all boys keep tuning in, keep supporting. We got so much room for improvement. We're gonna keep improving every day. And I just know I appreciate y'all for tuning in every single time to the lives, to the Discord, to everything. This was a good year, man. I just started, but honestly, it feel like I've been forever, bro. Like y'all boys, like family to me. I appreciate all y'all, every single one of y'all. I just want to help everybody learn about MMA. I want everybody to get better and try and just and more knowledgeable on MMA. Like I don't really care about like all the other stuff, but yeah, I appreciate y'all boys for just rocking with me constantly. We're gonna keep the train moving into 2025, and I just pray that y'all boys keep supporting. Hopefully, I can get somewhere with this YouTube stuff. But I'm gonna keep posting. I'm gonna keep trying to just tell about the wonderful sport that is MMA, bro. And that's every martial art is wonderful in its own way. But once again, I appreciate y'all boys for just rocking with me this whole year. I love y'all. And I'm gonna see y'all boys in 2025. We got a big 2025 ahead of us. And we're not missing a day. Every single day, you're gonna see my face. But yes, once again, I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. And I just want what's best, man. You feel me?